In this video, I'm going to talk about our last video. At the end of the last video, I mentioned that we find some Tiffany jewelry and also a bunch of sterling silver and even some 14 karat gold hidden in the button tin. And so I didn't get to show you that because we released the video. We went through everything, didn't see the jewelry, and then went through everything again. You gotta really dig in the stuff that you buy. I'm learning that. I mean, we're thorough, but for some reason, I missed this little bag that was buried, and I pull it out, and there it is. There's 3 pieces of Tiffany jewelry. A bunch of you left comments asking for a haul video. So in this video, I'm going to show you kind of a mini haul of some of the highlights of what we found. We've already dispersed some of it. Some went to the flea market, some went to the booth, some went to eBay, and has sold already. I'm going to kind of like weave this together between showing you some stuff live, and then I'm going to weave in some footage of us at the flea market selling some of the jewelry and other things, and ephemera. Now, after we were done, buying in this house, I found out that the owner was renting to a woman who left the house about 8 months ago, and he gave her 8 months to come back and get all of her things. She abandoned everything in this house for whatever reason, I'll never know. We'll never know. But so she left the contents of it in there. She was a collector. It was the attic in that sewing room. That was one of the big reasons we drove over an hour to go to this estate sale, because of the sewing room. We sell a lot of that kind of stuff. We sell a lot of crafting items, a lot of sewing items. We love selling to crafty people at the flea market. And, we have people who come every week to the flea market to see the new things that we've found, like vintage fabrics and things like that. So anyway, back to this house. She was a collector. She was a crafter and a sewer. She had an incredible sewing room. If you didn't see that video, I recommend going back and seeing it. It was incredibly challenging to be in that house. To no fault of anybody's, it was about 95 degrees. There was no air conditioning. That attic space, or that second floor space, was, it had to be in the 90s. We had to work fast because it was that uncomfortable. And I should have explained that in the last video. Hence why, Melissa and I were being efficient, which I think we are anyway. Like, you have to be in these estate sales, right? So we got a lot of home decor things. We got a lot of like kitchen items, some really great, vintage pieces that we can put into our booth. In the garage, there was some great mid-century small furniture. We have 2 booths now. What we're learning is that small furniture that people can leave with that day sells well. Lightweight furniture. The larger stuff is not selling for us. We do price our displays, like our big bookshelves. And we're not seeing sales on the larger furniture. And I think it's because, people want to pick up a small piece of furniture that they can like leave with and, put in their hatchback. So that's what we're looking for at estate sales, because they do look good in the booth, and they sell. So the estate sale was great. We spent about $700 before we got out of there. I think it was like 6 something, and then we added a few more items because that's just what we do. We end up going back when, the dust settles and people have left and we've already paid, but we take like one more round through the house to kind of see if we miss anything, which we inevitably do. This situation was such that time was of the essence. The estate sale company took this job last minute. They didn't get a chance to comb through the house. I think that must have been kind of an agreement, I'm imagining. And they took the house the next day, or maybe like 2 days later, they have the estate sale. And whatever's in there is whatever's in there. After the 3-day estate sale, I was told by the owner that the whole contents of the house and the house is being leveled. It's being demoed. There was a lot of things hidden in boxes and under things. In the sewing room, there were a lot of like memory boxes. We found a picnic basket. When I opened it, there was just incredible ephemera in there. When you go through somebody's personal memories and the mementos that they've kept, the objects that they've kept to remind them of those good times that they've had in their lives with other people in special places, you know, it's hard. On the surface level, you see me and you see Melissa, you know, going through a house and going through somebody's belongings and picking items to buy, right? So for whatever reason, like either somebody's moving or, you know, oftentimes it's because someone has passed away. In the beginning, it was a little bit easier. And like, as I've gone into more houses, it's a little bit more challenging. It's emotional, right? So we're going through somebody's lives, somebody's memories, and the kind of absence, presence of the people who lived there. And the closer that their lives look to ours, the more emotional it gets, right? Like in an upcoming video, which was just crazy, and it'll be uploaded soon. The people really had a love for animals, and they were just had so many incredible little animal figurines and like cat things, and you know, I'm a sucker for anything with cats on it. You know, that was definitely a difficult sale. You know, it brings up mortality. It brings up, you know, the reality that one day, you know, people will be going through my house and buying my things, right? Like that is inevitable, right? So, and also just that kind of feeling of like you find a memory box and it's got like matches from a jazz club, and it's got, you know, airline tickets to this place, you know, in Hawaii or somewhere. And then, you know, it has a photo of their family cat, and it's got, you know, pictures of their kids or, you know, of their loved ones. And in it, you see that this family's life, or this person's life in totality. This woman who lived in this house kept some really cool ephemera from jazz clubs in New York City. And that was hands down like my favorite thing that I found. A number of pieces of like TWA ephemera, some really cool stuff. And it's sold right away at the flea market. So you'll see that. So in our next flea market video, you're gonna see a lot of this stuff that we found in this house at the flea market. So let's go ahead and dive into this haul. Okay, so this is just some of the things that I wanted to show you. We did end up getting the mannequin head. I really, really like her. She's an older mannequin. I don't know from what decade. If you happen to know, let us know in the comments. I'm imagining from like maybe the 70s, but I think she's just, let me just fix her hair here. Just fabulous. We're going to use her for display at the flea market, and maybe, you know, take her to the booth at some point. We got a ton of buttons. We've already sold a number of pieces. It's a lot of, we got a lot of mother of pearl. A lot of mother of pearl buttons. I mean, this is just the tip of the iceberg, but a lot of them are in bins headed for the flea market for next weekend. So you'll be seeing that in an upcoming video, what we end up selling. And then we got some magazines. We got this Family Circle magazine. I picked it up because it's Christmas, and it's got some decorating and crafting, Christmas crafting kind of stuff in it. Felting. I love this kind of stuff. We've sold these before. I think we sold it for like $15. So I would probably list this on eBay for about $15. I also picked up 3 Beatles magazines. Remember 16 magazine? I know I do. This one, another 16 magazine, and then How to Dance the Beatle with the Beatles. This was just some of the matches. I actually found this after I went through the house multiple times. You can see in the video that I pass this. I pick up something, or I look at something that's right next to this mushroom-shaped terrarium. We've sold sets of these. They come in like sets of 3. I think we found them at the Goodwill once, and I think we sold them for like $50 each. Now this is a smaller one, so I'd probably put like $20 on this in the booth. So we'll probably end up doing that. And then I also found all of these just amazing cards that are unused. Vintage, probably 1950s. It is so adorable. And watch this. When you open it, isn't that great? The worm moves. Yeah. So I'll just go through and show you these. These are all unused cards. Yeah, this birthday greetings. This opens up into a big poster. Very, very, very cute. And then here's a birthday card. Another birthday card. Hallmark. This one's really cute. Some birthday advice for you. If your wicked folks get huffy. Look at this. So, so cute. Yeah, so these are all unused. Usually you find them and they've been sent. But hey, yous, happy birthday. Oops. Oh, here's some more buttons. This will give you a sense of the buttons that we found. A lot of strings of natural buttons. Mother of pearl. There were some bone, possibly ivory in there. A lot of beads. A lot of beads as well. I really like these. I think these are beautiful. Some metal buttons, more modern. And then also what I wanted to show you, oh yeah, we got this brass piece. I liked it because of the serpents as the handles. So I got that. I think she charged us $10 because we picked this up at the end of the day before we were leaving. I saw it on the mantle and decided to get it. This is the woman made, she took jewelry, old cameos, earrings that were broken, and she made other things with it. And so we found a lot of like, you know, broken earrings and cameos, things that she was repurposing to make things with. So we have a number of boxes of this kind of stuff. I'll show you the jewelry at the end. And then let me move you. And then I thought this was really cool. Melissa actually found this. Put that there. This here. Melissa took this whole bin. I think it's the last drawer. That's really great. It's got some great things in it. Probably Italian hand-blown glass. Here's a Millefiori bead. Really nice. I love this. When I was a teenager, I used to make beaded jewelry and necklaces and bracelets and ankle bracelets, and it brings back a lot of memories. We actually found some uranium glass beads in here as well, and some blue. I don't know, is it uranium or Vaseline? I'm not sure what the blue is called, but it glows. So good reminder when you get buttons and you get beads to just, you know, put a black light on it to see if there's any uranium, Vaseline glass, cadmium glass in there, because there was. Actually, I'm looking at this and going, you know, is this also... Is this uranium glass? I'm not sure. Or maybe this one? Could be. Could be. And we'll probably, you know, put these in baggies and take this to the flea market. Let's move on to the jewelry. All right. And this is just a fraction of what we found. The rest of it you'll see in our next flea market video, where we sell a bunch of the Mexican sterling silver and some of the other stuff. A really nice diamond ring. I believe this is 14 karat gold and lapis beads. I thought this was Bakelite, but it's some other plastic. We did Simchrome on it, and it's not Bakelite, but cool ring. These are really cute pieces. These are sterling silver with gold tone over them. They're pendants. You probably recognize this. At the time when Pandora was really popular. I don't know if it still is. But this is sterling glass, and I'm not sure, that might be lapis, but I'm not sure. I'm not sure. This is the some of the Mexican silver that we found. This is a brooch. Really nice sterling piece. There was quite a bit of Mexican sterling in here. There's a brutalist pin, a brooch. I think we sold that at the flea. Some sterling hoops. I think I had those when I was a teenager. This is my favorite piece. This is a really cool fish pendant. Really nice. I'm not sure if I want to sell this. I might keep it. I might keep it. Here's some sterling earrings. This is a Bakelite earring. It's a shame that there's only one of them, but I'm thinking that maybe someone will want to repurpose it into something, into another piece of jewelry. Really nice piece. Shame there isn't the other one. Must have lost it. These are some more sterling earrings, and this is a little basket carved out of an apricot seed. Don't know if these are sterling. I did put the magnet test to them. They're not magnetic. They're not stamped sterling. They are cufflinks. We've got a hunter and a dog. A Millefiori bracelet, which I thought was nice. This is a hand-carved bear, probably. It looks like a bear to me. These are some small sterling pieces. I don't know if this might have been from an earring. And this is a little anchor. I think this is sterling. I'm not I'm not certain what this is. I'm gonna put that ring down here. Here's some more sterling silver earrings, which we sell for about, 15 to 25 at the flea market, depending on the shape and size of them. These are just some sterling pieces. Must have been from a broken bracelet or something. These I think are absolutely beautiful. Maybe they're from the 50s. They are just, look at those. Stunners. I don't know if that's glass or amethyst. I think these might have some value to them. Everything is there. They're in great condition. They are clip-on. So I have not found that there's no maker's mark on those. There's no signature. So I don't know who made those. This is a sterling pin, sterling brooch. These are all sterling rings we found. This is just a really nice sterling band. I don't really know the value of these particular rings. I don't think that's a diamond. I think this might be an older piece. I think these are more modern. This one's really pretty. I have to get a tester to see whether this is, is this glass? Is this some kind of stone? I have no idea. I think this is from a necklace. It's just a piece. So this last piece, before we get to the Tiffany jewelry, this is a flip-flop pendant, and I think that they're made in Hawaii, and they're usually 14 karat gold with diamond chips. And I've seen ones just like this, well, similar to it, I'll say, sell for anywhere between like $200 and $400. Now, I put a loop on this. I cannot find any maker mark on it or that it says 14 karat gold on it. It's not magnetic. It does look like gold to me, but I can't confirm it. What I'm going to do is I'm going to take this to somebody who knows jewelry and ask them what they think about it if it's 14 karat gold. If it is what I think it is, this is probably going to give us some good money. So now for the Tiffany jewelry, we found 3 pieces of Tiffany. And these earrings have just sold on eBay, and I'll get to those last. But this first piece is a Roman numeral ring. We have this listed, I think, for like $140 on eBay. Yeah, we took it to the flea market to see if we could sell it there. It did not sell. And then this one is a little locket. Actually, it doesn't open. It's like a heart with a key, and it's a Tiffany pendant. So that was the second piece. And then the third are these 14 karat gold, sterling silver, pearl earrings. Really pretty. And these just sold over the weekend on eBay for $175. Now, someone had them listed for $700, and at first I was like really excited, but as you know, people can list things for any price. It does not mean that they sell for that. And largely I was seeing these go for anywhere between, $150 and like $250, somewhere around there. So I'm happy with $175 for these. They're going to a new home. They're making us some good money. We don't have much in it at all. And I don't know, that $700 outlier, I don't believe that these earrings sell for that price. So all in all, we're doing well with the jewelry. So definitely check out our next flea market video, because you'll see the rest of the jewelry and what we sold it for. This does not happen very often. Most of the time, you go to an estate sale and you find cool things and you sell it for a good price, hopefully, right? And then sometimes there's things, hiding away that you didn't even know you left the house with. And that's pretty rare. It's a very rare occurrence. For those of you who are resellers, who sell at flea markets, who sell at vintage booths, who sell on eBay, you know how much work this is. And so when you get those wins, it really is it's motivation. It's also like a big kind of boost, to keep going. What makes this business so challenging is that, you're out there all the time. You're looking for things. You're shelling out money, sometimes a lot of money. And you have to find just the right place to put that item to make the most out of it, to make the most from it. And you're in the hole until you sell it. So, we do try to identify those high ticket items from an estate sale, and we try to move those first so we can recoup the money that we have spent. So then the rest of it is profit. Oftentimes, things don't sell for the price that you think you're going to get for it, right? At first, I thought those Tiffany pearl earrings were going to sell for $700, and then I looked at the sold comps, and I'm like, all right, let me come back to planet Earth, right? They're going to go for anywhere between $150 and $250, which is great, but it's not $700. So it's super important to look at those sold comps, but it's also really important to know that, like, people will say, I'm selling this to you for $50, but I could list it online for $150. And sometimes I just want to say, go ahead and do that, because the reality is that doing that is a lot more work than just selling it outright to me, right? Listing it on eBay, storing it, waiting for it to sell, waiting to make your money back and make more than just your money back, obviously. And then packing it up, shipping it, hoping the person likes it, right? Like, there's a lot of steps involved in selling an item. It's hard work. It's constant work. And thank goodness it's a lot of fun. 4 years later, we've crossed over 3,000 subscribers, and we're getting a lot of new subscribers every day, a lot more comments. All right, well, I hope you enjoyed this video and seeing in more detail some of the finds that we came across at this last estate sale. Our next videos are flea market, and also we had probably the best pick of our careers. I don't want to hype it up too much, but we went to an estate sale in New Jersey, and it was a collector's house. I talked a little bit about it earlier. They had a large collection of like animal related art and figurines, a lot of cat stuff, very much up our alley. And we went that day. There were so many items. I spent 5 hours in the basement alone. It was me and like just a couple other people who could handle being down there. It smelled. It was hot. The footage is probably going to be pretty awful, I will admit. We came out of that house with stuff. I don't even know where to begin. And what was even crazier about it is it cost us very little money because there was so much stuff. The rest of the stuff was going to be handled by a clean out company. Someone contacted us that we could come back to the house and pick the house for free. Well, needless to say, we went right as soon as we could, and there was a lovely guy. He was so nice, and he said, "Yeah, come on Monday, and you can take whatever you want." We took the van, and let's just say that van was loaded front to back, top to bottom, with all free items. Most importantly than just the things we found, I don't want to say too much about it. But let's just say I don't give paranormal and, I guess ghosts much thought. I don't believe in them. I don't not believe in them. I don't know. Maybe I'm agnostic about it. But I will say there were multiple experiences we had in that house, not just me, but Melissa as well, in separate rooms where we didn't even know what was going on with each other, where the former people who had died communicated with us. I mean, you might be looking at me like I'm absolutely crazy right now, and I don't even know what I believe about this, but all I know is what I experienced and what Melissa experienced separately. And then it took us a couple of days to even have a conversation about it, to talk about it, and put the pieces together of what happened. You'll see some of that in the next video. The first day that we were in that house, when there was the full estate sale and the house was loaded with people, I didn't feel anything. It was, another estate sale. I mean, I felt things. I mean, it was an emotional experience because it felt like a house that was full of joy once, and now, is everything, the memories, the objects are all being dispersed, right? And so there was definitely the level of the emotional experience of that, but I didn't feel anything like any presence, right? Of anybody, any ghosts or paranormal. But then we went back for the clean out, and there was just the one guy there and Melissa and I. The house was very empty, and I didn't know it at the time, but after processing it and coming home, I realized that I did feel something there, and I couldn't explain it. There was some kind of energy or communication happening between, a ghost or some kind of energetic figure that's not embodied anymore and us. So stay tuned for that video. That's coming very soon. I want to thank the subscribers who've been with us for the last 4 years, and also to all the new subscribers who've joined us in these crazy adventures in estate sales and flea markets, and now our antique booth, and who knows what's next. So we'll see you for the next one.